In this video, we'll create a transactional object with full CRUD operations. To create a transactional object, navigate to Applications Transactions and click New. Give the object a name and select the table it will interact with. Then click Save to create the record. To define how the object appears in the application, go to the Translation section and set a label for the language you are using. Since our application does not include a menu, go to the Object-Based section and mark the transactional object as searchable. Finally, in the Column Display section, choose which columns will appear in the transactional grid and define their display order to organize how the data is presented to users in the application. We can also define query columns, which allow us to filter the records displayed in the transactional grid. These columns help users quickly narrow down the information shown in the application. To define how these columns will be labeled, go to the Data Model Column Label section and add the corresponding table, language, column, and label that will be displayed to the user. Go to the application's Metadata Render section, where you configure how fields are displayed in the interface. In this example, we open the priority column and assign a predefined render, so the values appear as a dropdown in the transactional grid. Other fields can use different renders as well, such as a checkbox for Boolean values or an image render for pictures, helping present the data in a clearer and more visual way. Now we move to the application. Search for your transactional object in the search bar and open it to see the selected columns displayed. Let's start by creating a sample lead. Click to add a new record and begin filling in the required fields in the form. Once the information is completed, save the record so the new lead is stored in the database and appears in the transactional grid. From here, you can manage the records directly from the transactional object. This means you can create additional entries, update existing ones, or delete records whenever necessary. Each action interacts directly with the underlying database table, allowing you to manage your data from within the application interface in a simple and structured way, while keeping the information synchronized with the database. Notice that the company field works as a foreign key, allowing you to search and select existing company records. The query columns you configured earlier now appear as filters in the table view, making it easier to quickly search, filter, and manage your records. And that's how you create and manage transactional objects in Airtool Studio.